Alright. So now that we've seen all the components of the dual, and now that we know how to read the different signals that it can provide, at least the most obvious one, then we're gonna add a new component to it. We're gonna add the switch of time frames around to be able to get the best possible entries. And those entries are going to be extremely useful, especially when you are using leverage. So if you are on an exchange like BitMEX, Veribit, BitMEX, Bybit, and any other leverage, cryptocurrency leverage exchange that offers perpetual contract, then there's a good chance that you are actually using leverage. So between, I hope, 2 and 5x, and I hope no more than it. So uh, and so if you do, then you have a very high desire to get the best potential entry. And so what I mean by that is, let's say you use a 5x leverage on your trading. By 5x, it also means that you need to have much tighter stop losses. You need to have much tighter risk reward. You need to have much tighter horizontal levels, right? Because of all that leverage. So let's see if I can show you how to try and get to spare potential entry. Now, of course, this is hindsight trading, right? That action already happened. I'm in a replay mode right now. But I picked this one specifically because it offers up a very clear picture and a very clear signals of what I want to show. It's not always going to be that easy, of course. It's not always going to be that obvious, and again, it's outside trading, so it makes things um, a lot easier. But it also makes things a lot clearer for you to understand, for me to explain. So let's see how we could integrate the time frame switch into the different into the dual, so to get try and find those best possible potential entries. So I'm here on a 3-day chart in Bitcoin, and what we what you see now and what you know is that we need to pay attention. We got the background alerts over there, and that blue there and purple and yellow are basically telling you there is a potential picture perfect signal coming up, and it's on a 3-day chart. And as we know, 3-day picture perfect signal only happen pretty much once every 5 years. So, so we need to pay attention to this. Mm, So let's see if we can get something out of it. Let's see if we can find the best potential entry when we get a signal on oscillator. Right? So we see that we get, let's mark this down. We have a potential signal coming in, and it's a potential signal. So that's when we need to start paying attention. And so for that, let's start drawing some things on the chart. So right off the bat, what we can do is place horizontal for the support, previous swing low, horizontal for resistance, which would be more zone, actually, would be something like this. This is the way I see it. Again, it's a zone, zone more than anything else. This one. Alright, so here's what we have. A resistance zone, support level, and a potential picture perfect signal zone. So now that we are seeing this on a 3-day, now is the time to switch to a lower time frame. Let's switch to daily to start with. Daily is not giving us anything. On top of that, the curvatures of the blue, the yellow, and purple are still aiming down, so not that interesting. Not in confluence with what we want to see. Also on the 12-hour, nothing. So here is the idea, right? you are not going to get the 3-day signal until the lower time frame actually start playing their signal, right? If you don't get the swing that you want to see on the lower time frame, it's never going to happen on the higher time, right? So let's switch down to a far, and let's wait. Let's wait for nothing. Let's wait for something. Anything price action would give us that would tell us, okay, maybe now is the time to start getting long on that. There is actually something we can draw. Just press pause over there. There is actually something we can draw on the file. We can draw something like this. If we have some, yeah, kind of like that one. And I actually kind of like that one too. So we have some sort of a channel over there. This price action seems to be bouncing between these two. So kind of like a bull flag basically. We had to move up and because that is a bull flag, whatever you want to call that. It's a channel basically is what it is. But one thing for sure is that we are still done training too, right? Okay, let's keep on going. And while the price playing out, let's switch around to temp. Thank you. Thank you. Well, oh my god, really? Okay, let's go back where we were actually. Over there. Okay, so let's not switch time frame while the price action, while the replay is playing. As opposed to that, I forget to. Oh my god, I did it again. Go back. Start over. Thank you. Okay. So, 4 hour. 12 hour. Was that where we were? I think we were over there. It's fine. No, because my graphical line was there. Okay. Alright. Now we are on the forward. Let's keep on playing that. Let's see. Let's see until we actually see something that we like. So, you see on a 4 hour, there is a little pattern we can play, can draw. Ascending pizza, which usually breaks down. And here we go. Okay, let's press pause, switch around a little bit to 12 hour. Okay, it's not giving us anything. What is our 3D signal at? Still not giving us anything. Okay. Go to the file one, let's press play. Let's wait a little bit, see where it goes. So notice how the yellow there on the far going to that 618. What you want to see from it is going up. Playing with it so far. Still no signals, still nothing really very interesting. Let's press pause, switch on to the time frames, fine. Okay, 12 hours is actually showing us something. What it's showing us is that blue might give us a signal, that yellow might be in line with it, and the purple might do something like this again. So if you check out the curvature of the lines, purple is about to go up, right? Yellow is flattening out, and blue is about like it's losing momentum and it's about to use the yellow as a support or the purple as a support, right? So now we're getting interested. Then now let's change let's trend a little bit. Okay, our trend is still down though, so we don't have the price action on our side. Right? So now, and again, what we want to play is that 3D potential signal. Right? But let's keep on waiting. Price action is not with us. Oops. Price action is still not with us. I'm gonna play on the 12 hour. Let's wait on the 12 hour. 12 hour is giving us something. Still not a potential entry. Again, price action is not at our side, and we are still in that channel over there. Not really something I'm personally interested in. That thing up a little bit. Now we're getting interested a little bit more. See this price action there, this signal over there. Not a signal, but a potential signal over there. We are setting up for it. If we go to the 4 hour, not a signal. To 3, not a signal. 2, 1, nah, nothing. Although the 1 hour went into the critical zone, right? Give us the background that we want to see. Okay. 12 hour is setting up. Our 3 day is actually getting ready. That one is getting ready. And you can see blue losing momentum, which is basically giving you a sign that he wants to go back up. So that's if you are if you really want to take risk and play without having the price action on your side, then you would enter it. Not what I do. Again, I don't do it. Okay, press keep on moving forward there a little bit. 4 hour, then trending again. As long as we don't have a trend change on the 4 hour, then there is absolutely no reason to basically take anything, right? We want to have at least something on the lower time frame to base our trade. Okay. Let's press pause there. Let's see that 4 hour. Can see. Okay, so here's another thing you can read from it. I'm gonna draw the zone there to explain it clearly. See that Fibonacci line, and you see the blue keep bouncing from it. But that tells you something there. It tells you we have a lot of trouble getting into the bullish area of the oscillator. What it's also telling you is we are starting to get trouble getting into the bearish zone as well. So the market is basically starting to fight on each side, right? And is really going into the neutral zone and just staying there because there is a fight going on between the two. So you can read that in many ways. You can read that as in accumulation. You can read that as in redistribution. Um, but we went pretty low from there, so probably not. But that's all also how you can read the oscillation between the curves, right, in the zones. So let's keep on going to see what we get there. One thing to note on the 4 hour is we had the move again, but now we have a higher high, and a higher low over there. So again, if you were to be aggressive, that would be your entry with a risk management upon the previous swing low on the 4 hour. But this is not what I'm trying to do right now. What I'm trying to do is find an entry for this potential 3-day signal. Let's go forward there. But actually, let's switch around, see what we got. 12 hour, not ready. Not ready at all to give us a signal. Okay, so let's keep going. Again, rejecting from the bullish zone over there. Let's see if it rejects from the bearish zone. Yep, rejected from the bearish zone as well. So again, market is fighting. Market is fighting between these two areas. Now, there's another thing you can do is redraw this pattern over there, this channel. It's not valid anymore. Well, it is kind of valid, but there's one thing, another one that you can see, which is falling pizza. Falling pizza is somehow, which is a volatility squeeze, is what I like to call this descending wedge. So keep on going, see what we do. Still no signal on the far right. Still nothing really interesting going on for our 3D signal at least. Okay, press pause, switch around a little bit again. 12 hour could be standing up again. It's a potential over there. Could be something like this. Right? Something to keep in mind. Let's just go to the daily. Daily is pretty much saying the same. Today is not ready at all. It's our 3-day. Okay. So our 3-day is going through the purple, and what we want to see is this. The perfect thing would have been this, right? And this is why we need to be patient all the time. Is we were expecting something like this on the blue. Instead, what we are getting now is through the purple. Not what we expected, but this is why we need to be patient. We can't jump and front run basically the signal on the dual. We need to wait for them to actually be there. All right, let's keep on going. Oh, that's something. That is something. So we get that. Definitely tested the right over there. Right? Check out the 12 hours. We have our perfect signal over there on the 12 hour. Check out 3D. Okay. And our 3D actually changed direction, right? We were underneath the purple. Now we are over it. So now we have the signal. Now we have the signal that we were waiting for. Now here's the idea. How do we manage it? How do we get the entry? How do we do it? Here is what we can do. Now that we get the signal and we have a potential swing low right over there, we have another level to manage our risk about. Let's switch back to the forward. We actually got a forward signal over there. So because it went a little bit fast, technically that would have been the entry. But actually that's a good example of, let's say we actually missed the entry. We waited too long. We missed that entry. So even on daily, right? So if you switch time frames around, on the 3-day, you have perfect signal over there. On daily, you have your perfect signal over there. But again, keep in mind that that candle is not closed. It can reverse. Market can reverse on you like that. On the 12-hour, perfect signal. On the 4-hour, perfect signal. So technically, if we were going at the right speed, technically the entry would have been around on the 4-hour, would have been on that candle or that candle over there. Because we had the perfect signal right in the zone, and we check the confluence with the other. We have the perfect signal on these two as well. And I'm guessing if you go back to the other time frames, you have a perfect signal on the 3-hour as well. Alright, so that would have been the entry. But let's just say we missed that. We went too far, went too fast. The replay of trading, you went too fast. So let's say we miss that. Well, here's what we got. Go to the 12 hour. Here's what we got. We got swing low, and most likely gonna get a trend change. Press play. What did I get my falling pizza? I am. 12 hours coming back down. Pause. Go switch to the lower time frame again. 4 hour. Oh, okay. Anyway, go. So 4 hour is a favorite retracement. Now, this is not as tight as you wish it to be, and here's why. You have about, I would say, $105 difference there. Not the best, perfect entry you can expect, but you have a 618 retracement on the file, right? So you could start entering your position, and you have a trend change on the forward. You have a trend change on the 12 hour. That's definitely yellow. And you have a perfect signal on the 3-day. It was right there. And same thing on daily. Daily trend change as well. That was a swing. Was your swing. And do we have a trend change on the 3-day? Not really. But we do have a label on the 3-day now. Label over there. Alright. So on the forward, you have that retracement to the 618 of the balloon there. You can start entering there, knowing that your risk management should be in that zone between last 3-day level, your 12-hour and 4-hour swing lows. Right? They are all that zone. This seems to be a pocket zone basically, and that's why you want to use that as a risk management level. Alright, so let's say you enter a little bit. I'm gonna use that level as an entry. Horizontal raise. So I start entering, let's say 25% of the position that I want. Because again, I am, again, just to be clear, we are playing a 3-day signal. Something that happens every 4 years. Right? We don't want to scalp this thing for a hour. We want to base our entry on a lower time frame. But the ultimate goal there is to play that 3-day signal already. Right? And our 3-day swing low is right over there. Okay. So let's start entering a little bit. Let's start getting there, getting in there to start playing that 3-day. Okay, and we're gonna use every single zone or signals that we can to manage that position. So again, we have that retracement to the 618 or the blue for the 4 hour. Let's enter a little bit. Let's enter 25% of the position over there. We use a big fat line like this. Let's enter 25%. And it's actually not red, it's long, so it should be. Let's press play, see where we go. And again, we are on a 4 hour. Okay. On that 4 hour, you can actually start drawing. I mean, I am not going to draw it, but you can see that bull flag basically. Big move. Looks like a bull flag over there. Descending channel, whatever you want to call that. And again, so let's see over there. you add the 4 hour up and down to that 618. So how about we add a little bit to the position? Let's add another 10% to the position. So now we are sitting at 35% of the long position we want. And again, we're managing the risk upon that level, 34, 30. Okay? Let's see what our signals are at. On the 3 days, that is the same. That signal is well ongoing now. The daily. So the daily switched to, as you can see, bounce off that 618 there. 12 hour. 12 hour might give us an actual continuation signal. With the blue using the yellow as a support. So that is continuation signal. Okay. So let's add another bit. In there, let's add another. Let's finish at 50%. So let's go for a 15%. So we had 25, 10, and 15%. So now we are sitting at 50% of the full position that we want. Okay. See what it does. Now we are long with 50% of the position we want. So I'm going to use, since we went, I'm going to delete that one, and we are on average this level of 50%. Keep on going. We actually have a potential break of the channel that we draw. Good, really good. Now let's recap a little bit. Now we are excited. We have 50% of the long position we want. We are playing a 3-day signal, daily signal, 12-hour signal, 4-hour signal that we missed, 3-hour signal. So that's what's at play right now. And so again, ultimate goal, holding that long position for quite some time, because again, a 3-day signal lasts for some time. It's very rare, and we don't want to let go of that one. So let's keep on going. We'll switch to the 12-hour. Now we are into, and as you can see, we use that 12-hour continuation signal to add to the position. So you use everything at your disposal, from the jewel and the channel and the horizontal, everything together to find some really good entries with good risk management as well, right? So let's keep on going. We're gonna switch to keep on going on the 12-hour, and we are into basically entering into management mode. Right? So what we are expecting is not only do we break that bull flag, we are expecting a full-blown trend change on a higher time frame. Let's see of the 12 hours first. Okay. So we are in the ISO right now, and we are going to be entering into management mode. So again, just to be clear, we took that signal on the 3-day, right? So our exit is going to be based on the 3-day, right? This is a 3-day trade, directional trade that we are trying to go with based on the dual perfect signal. So what we want is to have a signal on the 3-day that we need to get out, right? And so right now we are very far from it. So let's see on the 12, because right now we are sitting at about 75%. 75%. So we are sitting on the 75% there. Was it 50 or 75? I think, yeah, 75. So we're sitting at 75% of the position that we want. We need to add this remaining 25%. But here's the thing: you don't have to base absolutely everything on the dual, right? You can see over there, you have this big pivot zone, right? Liquidity zone, so to speak. So one thing, you can start and make the plan based from it. let's say price action breaks out. Well, that would be a good place to add position. Let's say price action comes back to it, test it, and bounce. That would be a good place to add to the position again. Let's say um, let's say the dual start giving you continuation signal again. That would be a good place to start to add to the position again. And you don't have to go in one again. You don't have to go into a 25% right away, right? You can do 5% by 5% depending on what you see. The way I like to do it is 25 by 25, but it's up to anybody's choice, and it depends also on the time that you have available. Not everybody can stay on the chart, 4-hour chart every day, every night to look at the perfect entries and perfect position, perfect spots to add to the position, right? So let's keep on going. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna keep on going to a 4-hour. I'm gonna go too fast there. And what would we see actually on the job? So let's just recap on the 3-day perfect signal, 2-day perfect signal still. Nothing to basically read from it beside the fact that we changed the trend and we are getting pretty extended on the upside. But that's actually a perfect signal on the 3-hour, right? So what we can expect from a 3-hour signal would be something like this. Then, but again, and it come back to what I was explaining earlier in the previous video. It's you don't want to fight the market. You don't want to fight the uptrend. So you ought to take some profit over there. But again, we are trading a 3-day signal. We are not trading a 3-hour one, right? What you want to see is actually a bounce on the 3-hour to add to your previous position. Okay? So let's click on that 3-hour over there. Okay, well, that's a perfect example of not wanting to fight market and get that big drop over there. That's definitely a test. And so if we draw some horizontal, let's switch on to a forward, because it's the way you see that on the market. See that happens. You're like, okay, when is it gonna stop? Well, usually it stops on pivot point, right? Horizontal. Again, there's a pretty one over there. Pretty good zone. Pretty good chance that we actually bounce from that zone. So it would be a zone more than anything else. Would be something like this. Pretty much pivot zone in the market. So it's up to you after that if you wanna use only the dual signal to manage that position, or if you want to use also horizontal and support and resistance. I would advise to use absolutely everything. And again, keeping in mind that we have 75% in the position there, so we need to add this 25%. So we are looking for that. We are waiting for a pullback to add to that position to keep on playing 3-day signal. So see, that was a perfect signal on the 4-hour. That was a perfect short signal on the 3-hour. It was over there, faked out, and now it's coming back down. Okay, so let's take out to the 4-hour maybe. See what we get, and see if we can find a good spot, good confluence with things for us to add somewhere. Nothing so far. Oh, here we go. Went really briefly to that zone, but that would have been the spot to add maybe a 5-10% to the position, because we are on pivot support, right? Pivot zone on the market. Let's actually switch to something even lower time frame. Work with me, TradingView. Don't do that. Okay. Alright. Nothing on the dual on any time frame so far. Oh, actually, yes, you do. On the 12-hour, you get a 618 bounce. All right, let's add another 5%, 5 or 10%. So we're sitting at about what? 85, 90% of the position over there. Just give us an average entry, I would say. Actually, since we're here, let's pull up the risk management. See, we have the risk management over there, right? And it's on the 12-hour. One thing for sure is that if the 12-hour start downtrending, then this 3-day signal just might be over. So what you want to do, lower the risk. Put your risk management up to the previous signal. Okay. And let's keep going. So we are now pretty much sitting at close to the 100% of the position we want. Let's keep going, see what we do. So as long as, I would even use maybe that zone as a risk management zone, since it's a pretty strong pivot in the market, definitely. Now, let's switch around. Oh, we're coming back up. We're testing that high zone again. That's pretty good. Multiple tests, we know what we say. The more tests, the less resistant it's become. So, let's see on Jewel what we can see over there. 2 hours. Oh, 2 hours might give us a bounce on a trade too. To 1 hour. Not much for our critical zone. Nothing to really read from it. Same on 12. Oh, okay. Well, that's what we got on daily though. We just got a perfect signal, but not in the low zone. We got a perfect signal in the middle of the range. So you could consider that a continuation signal. Not as strong as a perfect signal, but definitely a good continuation signal right over there. So if we don't have the 100% there, then now is the time to get to the 100%. Definitely, because we get that signal on the jewel there, which give us, let's say, it brings us our average over there, and so we use the same level as the risk management right over there. Let's keep going on the daily. See where we go. And boom. Now we get the breakout. All right. So now one thing for sure, we don't want the market to come back down under that zone. So we move the risk management there, and now we just wait for the 3-day to give us a sign. Oh, I changed again. Oh, my bad. Over there. We were right over there. There you go. And there you go. So what we waiting for is for the 3-day to give us a sign that we need to get out. One thing for sure, this is a major pivot zone over there. One thing for sure, you want to take some profit. I'm not saying to get out entirely. I'm saying take some profit. This is a major pivot. Even though right now the market is going to go through it like it doesn't exist, it still is a major pivot zone. I would take at least 25% profit over there. At the very least, 25%. But now is the thing, right? On the 3-day, we came back, destroyed that zone, came back right on it, tested it, and bounced right away. I would definitely, so I take a little bit of profit over there, 50%, let's say, between 25 and 50 over there. Go up, comes back down, I add to that position again. Even though there is no sign on the 3-day that we need to add to the position. But if we switch around, I'm sure we're gonna find on lower time frame a sign on a jewel that says right over there on the forward, 618 bounce. So if you're paying attention, if you're in front of the computer, etc., then definitely take profit and re-add to the same zone again. So that would, if let's say we go with the 50%, that bring us our average entry now to this, knowing we already take some profit, and we can definitely use that zone as a risk management. right over there. And again, to exit the position entirely, what we want is a sign on 3-day that we need to get out. So again, average entry, major pivot zone. I'm going to use a different color to make it clearer, basically. So I'm going to use it red, actually, and that's our also risk management zone, right? We don't want the price action to go underneath that. If it does, let's just and wait until then on the 3-day to give us a sign to get out of the zone, get out of position. Why can't I delete that? Press again. Let's wait. Let's be patient. We are patient traders, right? No, not speeding up. I'm gonna miss the things again. Okay. Seems like we're hitting some kind of a local top, some kind of a consolidation period. But again, that's the 3-day we are trading. Here's what we see though. You can see it over there. Continuation signal. Blue coming on the yellow and using it as a support. That's a continuation signal. Right? So definitely not a time to get out. And if you didn't add to the position over there, you took some profit, but you were not in front to add to the position over there. Well, you're getting now the signal on the jewel that now is actually a good time on a 3-day to add to the position. That would, of course, bring your average right pretty much over there again. Right? So you need to risk manage up and down. But I'm going to keep following the plan that I had in mind to begin with. And that continuation signal plays out, and it keeps on going, and it just keeps on going, and it just keeps on going. Now here's the thing that we see on the 3-day. We see blue starting to use the purple as a resistance. Well, that's not a good sign, right? Let's just keep on staying for now. Just see where everything goes. So just wait on the 3-day to give us some signs of needing to get out. So right now it's definitely consolidating over there, right? Okay. So here's the thing. What you can see over there is this. That's lower high. That's lower low. You now have a trend change on the 3-day. Okay. You don't have a perfect short signal, but you have a trend change. So anywhere between now and then, actually let me use this and this. Anywhere between that zone is a good time to exit entirely your position. So again, let's switch on because why? Because you have a trend change on the 3-day, right? So let's switch to a lower time frame to see where we can get that signal to exit. Actually, you got a perfect chart on the daily over there, right? Background, switch, come back, and perfect signal. So technically, that would have been the time to exit. But again, we are basing our trade on a 3-day, not on the daily, right? So we have the trend change confirmation on the 3-day. So now we're switching. Now we are checking for a place to get out of our position at the best possible time. So we're now on the 12-hour. Okay, 12-hour is definitely showing some sign of going down some more. Let's exit a bit. Let's exit 25% of the position over there. Daily. See, that was a perfect entry, and now the daily might just give us continuation signal to the downside, right? So right there, actually, because we have on the 12-hour, we have this bounce from the 618 on the blue, and on the daily, we have a continuation signal to the downside. now is the time to, I would say, exit the position entirely. And if not entirely, I would say at least between 50 and 75%. Now let's keep going. We're on the daily now. Okay, we didn't make a lower low, I mean barely, right? And now we just hit the previous zone, right? So with the previous swing on the 3-day, we just hit that. If you didn't exit yet entirely, that's it. That's your point to exit entirely. That's when I would exit entirely the position, personally. And now what I'm looking for is signals to go short, to either reverse the position entirely or just be patient and wait for the proper signal to do that, right? Let's keep on going on 3-day. Let's see if we actually get one. And there we go. We might actually get one over there, right? We might actually get a perfect signal on the 3-day soon, telling us to go short. So right now, what I'm going to do, switch on to the daily. I don't have the signal yet. Switch on to the 12-hour. I don't have a signal yet. 4-hour. I don't have a signal yet. I'm going to use the 12-hour for that one. Let's play. See what we get. Testing that support again. Definitely consolidating into that zone. Testing it again. 5th time's the charm. And again. Eventually it's going to break before we can even get an entry. We'll see. Let's see what that 3-day is now. So you see, it actually played out over there. 2-day continuation signal. Daily, no, it's not pursuing for it. Same thing for those ones. Playing, so you can see that the pattern repeating, right? You have the zones, bearish and bullish zones over there. And you can see that he has trouble getting in and out of it. Starting to get trouble getting in and out of it. Yes, it broke through there, but you can see the yellow and the purple getting in the middle and like getting stuck in there, right? Which is typical of, again, consolidation and volatility squeeze. So that again, show you the other example was over there, exactly the same thing, right? So let's go back to our current price action. Let's play. So we're on the 4-hour now, and now it breaks. And there is the thing. On the 4-hour, when it breaks, on top of that, you have a continuation signal over there. I would take a position. I would take a small shot over there. Definitely. I would take a quick scalp, I think. At least a quick scalp. Definitely a short position. And 12-hour, let's see. All the curves starting to go down, and they want to go into the bearish zone over there. Daily continuation signal downside. 2-day, we had the continuation signal over there. All right. Well, I would definitely take on the break of that. Take a position. And I would get stopped. Perfect example of fake out in Bitcoin land. Like we say, shit happens, but as long as you have your risk management done right. So I would have entered over there on the short, on the break. I would have even probably add to the position on the retest and the reject of it, right? But I would have kept using that level as a risk management. That's my entry. That's also my risk management level. Go over there. We close the 4-hour over the level. I'm out of it. I'm out of it. That was the entire basis for the trade, was that horizontal level, right? And the fact that we had a continuation signal on the 4-hour, which played against us in that specific case. Alrighty, so that was I'm not gonna go more than that on that specific switch, time frame switch, basically. And but I hope that it basically makes clear as to how we can use all the signals and all the time frames to our advantage to find the good entries, find positions, spot to take profit, add to the position, or exit the position entirely. And how to use all the tools that you have basically in the dual, at least all the core tools that you have in the dual to help you manage this position. But as you can see, if you don't have horizontal support and resistance, if you don't have if you're not able to read the trends or read the market cycles, consolidation, market periods, consolidation and all that, it's going to be really hard for you to manage any kind of position with just a dual on it. You cannot trade it blind. It doesn't work that way. It is to be used as an edge and with all the tools in mind to help you manage the trades that you're in. All right, so that's going to be it for this video, and I'll see you on the next one.